Tracking, alerting, protecting. This is WKYT News at 5.
A former UK football player's rehab continues, but he knows he's lucky to be alive after falling 35 feet at Commonwealth Stadium.
Frankfort police try and solve 2 armed robberies within 12 hours of each other.
Boyle County school officials are taking steps to make sure they don't miss any instructional days when there's snow days.
WKYT News at 5 starts now.
Good afternoon. Police in Frankfort are trying to find out who is responsible for 2 armed robberies that happened within hours of each other.
The first robbery was at a Penn Station restaurant, then the second one was at the America Cash Advance over in the Eastland Shopping Center, which isn't far away. Both were caught on surveillance tape. WKYT's Sean Moody has our top story at 5 o'clock.
Well, both of these robberies happened within about 12 hours of each other. Frankfort police say it's pretty unusual. They also say in each case, the employees did exactly what they should. Police say around 10:15 Wednesday night, employees at the Penn Station on Frankfort's east side were closing up when a man showed up with a handgun. In this surveillance video, you can see the man pointing the gun at a worker and that worker handing over cash from the register before the man gets away.
He was all business, pointed the gun at him, ordered him, demanded the money, and fled the scene on foot.
Only about 12 hours later at the Advance America Cash Advance, not far away, police say another man burst through that door. You can't see as much in this video, but police said the man pulled out a gun and demanded cash.
We're canvassing the area to see if we can get some more witnesses or find some more video.
In both cases, police said the employees did the right thing.
The workers did the responsible thing. Hand over the money. It's not your money. Give it to them. Let them have what they want, and hopefully they'll get out of there without harming anybody. And that's something that we're very fortunate in both of these incidents that nobody was injured.
And police say at this point it doesn't appear the 2 robberies are connected. In Frankfort, Sean Moody, WKYT.
The robber in the Cash Advance video is difficult to see. Police say he was a thin black man about 6 feet tall, wearing a dark colored hoodie and dark pants.
Our county-by-county coverage at 5 also begins in Franklin County. That's where deputies are investigating a nearly $50,000 burglary at a home in Peaks Mill. The Franklin County Sheriff says the suspect took off with the victim's belongings in the victim's truck. The burglary happened last week. Investigators say they found that truck abandoned in Owen County.
We processed the vehicle the other day, had some good evidence on it, and we're continuing the investigation right now. We've got some possible suspects that have been identified.
The sheriff says none of the other stolen items were found inside the truck and that the burglary appeared to be a crime of opportunity. And in Madison County, police are searching for a 3rd suspect after tools were stolen from someone's home. 20-year-old Shyler Marita and 35-year-old Jeremy Burns were arrested and charged with receiving stolen property and theft by deception. Police say nearly $2,000 worth of tools were stolen from a home on Rosedale Avenue. Both suspects were found with the tools in their possession. Police now say they're searching for a 3rd suspect.
A former University of Kentucky football player continues to recover tonight at Cardinal Hill Rehabilitation Hospital. Brad Durham was seriously injured when he fell from the upper deck of Commonwealth Stadium during the South Carolina game. Now we're hearing from his family for the first time. WKYT's Jarek Insko has more from Durham's father, who says his son is improving every day.
Just weeks after he fell while at Commonwealth Stadium, that former UK football player is out of UK hospital and is now recovering here at Cardinal Hill. Brad Durham was there cheering on the Wildcats as they beat South Carolina. When that final touchdown was scored, Commonwealth Stadium went nuts. And Durham's father tells us that that's when his son fell 35 feet from the upper deck onto the lower deck.
Having to fall this distance is sometimes not survivable, and he's been real fortunate and real lucky that the way he fell, that he doesn't have any real severe injuries. It
was once Durham out there on the field as an offensive lineman starting in 2007.
He's had a real good career there, playing all 4 years, and he still supports everybody over there at the Big Blue Nation.
Greg Durham says his son has gone through back surgery and now suffers from short-term memory loss. But only being at Cardinal Hill since Friday, he has more rehab in the future before he ever is in those stands again.
He's asking, I want to come home, so we're ready to take him whenever they can release him.
Confident he'll make a speedy and full recovery with the support of Big Blue Nation. Durham and his family hope he can go home in about a week. In Lexington, Jerica Insco, WKYT.
And to help with Brad Durham's medical bills, you can donate to his fund at any central bank. And it's amazing that he even is alive or isn't worse, hurt.
So lucky, that's for sure. Well, it looks like this chilly air we've been seeing is going to be making its way right out of the bluegrass.
Warmer weather's on its way, and it sounds like a great weekend. I'm already looking ahead to it, Chris.
Yeah, you and me both. I started looking ahead toward the weekend, about Sunday night or Monday morning, to be honest with you. And here we are, getting closer and closer on a Thursday with some gorgeous weather that is finally showing up in the bluegrass state. Upper 50s and low 60s out there into most of the region this afternoon. Good-looking sky as well. A little bit of high cloud cover screaming on in from the west yet again. Our big solar eclipse, it's a partial solar eclipse, is a little under an hour away from now. That'll get started around 5:50. The end time on that is around 6:50. By then, though, sun is basically setting on us. So try to get a view of that early, but let's not go out and view it with our own eyes or even sunglasses. We want to take all precautions. Use a welder's mask or just look at it in a reflection on a car windshield. We'll try to show you that if our Skycam can actually pick up on it. Though clouds picking up across western Kentucky, trying to scoot in here. Now, if that doesn't get in the way of our partial solar eclipse, it still, or if it does, it still should give us a very nice sunset because a lot of those are ice crystal clouds. When I come back in a little bit, the focus of the forecast will be on better weather ahead for the weekend. But guys, I will give you a little sneak peek toward Halloween and how some of the computer models are saying not so fast on the gorgeous weather. More on that in just a bit.
Investigators in Canada confirming today there was only one gunman in the attacks in the nation's capital. Police say the 32-year-old man was there to get a passport to Syria. CBS's Chris Van Cleve reports now from Ottawa.
Thunderous cheers erupted in Canada's parliament for the sergeant-at-arms who killed the gunman who opened fire inside the building Wednesday. This video shows Kevin Vickers with his gun drawn after taking down the suspect. Prime Minister Stephen Harper thanked the decorated police veteran and shook his hand. Get down to the ground! Earlier today, officers on high alert drew their weapons and arrested a man who got too close to the Prime Minister. Harper was laying flowers at the War Memorial where the gunman first opened fire, killing 24-year-old soldier Nathan Cirillo at point-blank range. Police released video showing the suspect getting out of his car with a gun and witnesses scattering before he opened fire inside the Parliament building. Officials say at least 30 shots were fired before the gunman was killed. Law enforcement officials believe this photo shows 32-year-old suspect Michael Zahaf Bibo. Officials say he changed his name after converting to Islam. We're told he traveled to the United States at least 4 times, including twice last year when he crossed into Minnesota by car. Sources tell CBS News the suspect recently had his passport revoked because he'd been in contact with someone in Syria, possibly somebody with links to ISIS. He also had a long rap sheet that included charges of assault, robbery, and drug charges.
The investigation is ongoing and will rapidly determine if Zahaf Bibo received any support in the planning of his attack.
Bibo's mother says she spoke with him last week for the first time in 5 years. She apologized for the attack, saying she's crying for the victims, not her son. Chris Van Cleve, CBS News, Ottawa.
Wednesday's attack came 2 days after another person who had converted to Islam killed a Canadian soldier. Both attacks came within hours of Canada sending fighter jets to the Mideast to join in the fight against ISIS.
If you live in Fayette County, you will soon get your driver's license at a different location. The Fayette Circuit Court Clerk's driver's license office is moving its office. They closed their office on Main Street just minutes ago and will reopen Monday at their new office over on Winchester Road. They're partnering with the Department of Transportation and KSP to offer a one-stop location for driver's licenses.
So this is going to be a one-stop shop for everyone. So anyone that comes in, whether they have an issue with their driver's license or need to get a state ID or need to have a driver's test schedule, it'll be done in this one facility here. Which is all one level. There's no elevators and plenty of parking.
And for the first time, the new facility will open a half day on one Saturday each month. Also, the office over on Regency Road will stay open tomorrow and will stay in the same location.
This year's snow days will be a little different for some students in central Kentucky. The Department of Education has approved Boyle County schools to continue teaching when classes are canceled. This comes after last year's harsh winter, which led to the school system canceling classes for several days at a time. WKYT Sam Smith has the latest on virtual learning in a story that's new at 5.
Last school year, the Boyle County School District had 16 snow days. Under this new program, officials don't expect that to happen again.
The district will introduce non-traditional instructional days this school year. It's a state pilot program with digital or paper lessons that students would have access to, allowing them to stay home and learn when school is canceled.
So the opportunity for teachers and particularly for students to be able to keep that content fresh in their minds so that when they come back to school, we can hit the ground running and be moving forward. I think that's a big deal.
The program would not eliminate snow days altogether. The district would only call for a non-traditional learning day after the district had 5 or 6 snow days. It would stop snow days from piling up. The lessons would include work from all a student's courses.
It's just not something they're going to do a couple worksheets and boom, you're done. But on the same hand, we don't want to overload them.
There's about 2,600 students in the district. School officials believe every one of them will benefit from this.
Everything is accessible digitally, so why not take advantage of that during a snow day rather than saying that's a lost day of instruction.
The plan is to have the program ready by January 3rd or 4th. In Boyle County, Sam Smith, WKYT.
Boyle County will be the 13th district in the state to take part in this virtual learning program. To see a list of other schools taking part, you can go to WKYT.com.